The Zero Point, a place where there's naught but time left, once thought to be a renewable energy source, and in a perfect world, it may have been, but that's not the world we live in. But greed took over, larger projects were started, requiring more power from the Zero Point. More power was diverted from the people, all for what could be a future for that none but those within could see. But it was too much. With each growing day, the Zero Point grew, getting faulty, getting unstable, and one day, it folded in on itself. I've told you all the story of how it degraded and aged those around it. You know of the rebellion. But this time, I'll tell you a different story. One that to this day still haunts me. The first time I had to let go. Right, sorry. How long it's been, I am unsure of, but I remember the events as clear as day. We were out looking for those affected by the blasts of the Zero Point. Many already affected, too weak to leave the area alone. I had my fears. There were a few friends of mine that I hadn't seen in a while. I knew they could have been there. They had family that lived near, but I had my hopes. They were fine and just stayed quiet out of fear. Person after person, we escorted those who weren't able to safety. While they may not live for that long, the least we could do was give them a resting place in more comfort than a pile of rubble of a home once been. It was and still is horrible to watch those most affected, still clearly full of young energy, but a body with time gone by before their eyes. But yet, no sight of those I knew. I felt almost happy that we'd made yet to find any trace of them. But they could have made it out. They could have avoided all this. We found them. Close to the center. Body barely hanging on. Life barely hanging on. Yet, upon seeing each other, they still smiled. Knowing full well what was happening, they still had the strength to smile. So why couldn't I? I just looked on in horror, kneeled beside them. I'll never forget the words spoken that day. Why the long face? We still get to see each other. We both know where this will go, so why fear it? Least I could wish for was for you to be here, and hey, I got my wish. So smile, won't you? Not for yourself, then do it for me, okay? If not for yourself, then do it for me. It still echoes in my head to this day. It's words I live by. I just sat there in disbelief of what I just heard. But yet they continued to smile. No fear, no regrets. Unsure what to do, I just embraced them. I couldn't act, I couldn't say goodbye. We sat there, I don't know how long, it could have been minutes, hours, even days. Nothing mattered. I couldn't say goodbye. I didn't have it in me. Their posture getting weaker by the minute, they muttered to me quietly. You can't save everyone. Let one go for many. Can't always be there. I was going to tell you this on your birthday, but I left something for you. But promise me, don't use it to save me. Live for me. Smile for me. Be the leader I know you can be. Time is fickle. Don't let it escape you. With that, they slumped down, still holding him in my arms. I picked him up. I wasn't going to let them rest here. carrying them towards the rebellion hideout. Their smile never once faded. Life may have left them, but their happiness had not. I hurt. It hurt worse than any stab wound, any gunshot. But I did what I had to do. I buried them at a place we both once called ours. Beneath the ground, away from the ruins of the city. The gift left behind, while some may call it shabby looking, it's what helped me contact all of you to begin with. The enforcers take many things, but sometimes they take it from the wrong people. They took what doesn't belong to them, and I'm not gonna let that stand. I'm different from what I was back then. We may not be many, but we are enough. If anyone's gonna show those out there the enforcers are beatable, it has to be us. We're gonna show them the fight is worth fighting. We're gonna make this everyone's place. No one needs to suffer. I'm in no way a hero. As a law, I'm but a criminal. So call me what you will. But I stand with my people, and they stand with me. If you'll excuse me, I have a time machine to get back. Rookie, I'm finally ready to be the one smiling.